pizza.
Ready?
Here we go. Hummus.
It looked like peanut butter with hot pepper.
It's nasty. Maybe it's nasty.
No, I mean, it's not really a strong taste to it. It's just, I taste more of the carrot than anything. So, this is our first time fasting as a married couple.
And as you can see, we're trying some new things, some new recipes. And this week, we're doing a Jane fast.
All right, so this is our first time fasting as a married couple, but we fasted before in the past. I've never fasted separately from her. My first time actually fasting was when we were dating.
Yeah, that was my first time fasting. Well, that was my first time fasting and praying, because back in the day,
you can't fast without prayer,
but you
can pray without fasting. So
that was my first time. That was my first time like doing prayer and fasting like in the body of Christ, because back when I was like in New Age spirituality, I used to do like challenges all the time. I used to go and only eat fruits and vegetables for a week. I would do like green juices for a week to, bring my chakras and my energy and my vibration. So this was actually like when we got together, that was my first time fasting with him while we were dating. So that was my very first time like fasting and praying and being in Christ.
Yeah, and even in those moments, like we did stuff, we didn't do like a real fast. Like we abstained ourselves from any intimacy or intercourse, sexual activity, refrain from social media. And what was another way we
then
fasted?
The first time we actually did it was our church had called us into like an intermediate fast where you couldn't eat from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. but you can eat at night. So the first time we did it, I think we only lasted for like, what was it, 3 days?
Like a few days. It was a few days.
It was 3 days, and we ended up breaking it. And
even in that was, to me now, like after going a week in fasting, especially starting off doing a liquids only fast, like that type of fast, the intermediate fast it would have been so simple to do now, because I would say like we could eat fish.
Yeah, we could eat
fish. We could eat fish.
Only thing that we could not eat, according to our church, we couldn't do no meats, no sweets, no dairy. No meats, no sweets, no dairy.
Yep.
We couldn't eat bread either.
Yeah, because bread is carbohydrates. That's sugar. It breaks down into sugar.
Yeah, so we couldn't do that. So, but during that time, that was definitely hard for us, because we was only drinking water throughout the day. We didn't know about adding electrolytes to your water. We didn't know about anything. Right. We were just like drinking water and about to pass out by 6 a.m. So long story short, we only lasted about 3 days, and we actually broke it because we kind of did it or whatever. Should we put it in?
So we actually ended up breaking the fast after 3 days. Like our flesh was weaker then, and it's stronger now. Obviously, it's stronger now because we're surprising ourselves. And I think the strength of our flesh started with our abstain from sexual activity back in the past, when God convicted us of our sexual sin, and we yield that at the altar, and we was able to strengthen our flesh in that moment. So after that, it's like now it's like we're stronger in our flesh, way stronger.
So we only did like 3 days. We didn't know anything. We were just drinking water throughout the day. And then at night we could eat like fish, like I said. But we didn't know about adding electrolytes to your drink. We didn't know about like getting salt into your body, because salt is what actually curbs your appetite, so you're not hungry. But yeah, we just didn't know anything about that. So definitely fasting in the past has been a different experience. And also too, when we were dating, when we started fasting, we was in 2 separate households.
Yeah.
So we was dating, we were trying to fast together in 2 different households. Yeah. Like I was working a full-time job. No, I was working part-time, but I was still a full-time mom, going back and forth to picking my kids up, having to eat at 6 o'clock, but like getting home at like 5, and then having to prepare a meal. Then Kendra would come over sometimes and be like, what are we eating? And so it just became like almost a burden, but we didn't know like. And then also too, we was not praying as much as we should have. We probably didn't even pray.
Yeah, because we were still getting used to praying in the way that we were learning to pray. And our church did a good job in opening us up to praying the right way, being able to pray out loud. And we're just kind of getting into that being able to vocalize our prayer and not feel timid around anybody while praying. So so we didn't truly pray.
We didn't pray during this time. So we were literally like just starving ourselves and not filling up our spirit. So definitely now that we're married, we're in the house, we can go get groceries together and actually like meal plan and prep everything that we're going to do, like have different things, trying different recipes. That just was not a thing. That was not a thing in the past. So we're glad that as a married couple, we're able to be a little bit more stable so that we can steward not only the fast, but also our prayer life as well. Yeah. So with that being said, going into grocery shopping, because this time our church called us into a 21-day fast. Last time it was a 21-day fast too, but we didn't make it 21
days,
baby. But we was determined to make it 21 days. I don't care if we did liquids only. I don't care if we did Daniel fast. I don't care if we did an intermediate 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Even though we truly believe that those are consecrations, those are not fasts. The only fast that's in the Bible is your dry fast that Esther did, and it's your dry fast that Jesus did in the wilderness for 40 days, or that's your water only fast.
Yeah.
Because it takes a strong person to do all that. And I definitely do not do no 40-day dry fast if God did not call you to it. But our church called us to a 21-day prayer and fast. And of course, we didn't even have to look at each other. We knew that we were going to participate. And we knew that for 21 days, we were going to be consecrating ourselves with some type of thing. So the first week we did the liquids only fast. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so liquids only fast was it was so tough for me because like if you know me, you know I love sweets. And with the liquids only fast, you can't have no sweets. Like forget food, give me a cookie. That's how I feel. So without having sweets in my life and having to go to the grocery store and actually see it and can't touch it, that's where temptation reveals itself at its truest form, because you have to practice discipline within your body. So that's how liquid fast pretty much like affected me, because it was like I had to be very disciplined, and it took me back to the moments when we was practicing abstinence from sex. And like, because of that, like I said, our flesh has built a strong form of discipline. And I encourage anybody that's out there, if you're not married, abstain yourself from sex. You will learn and grow a lot, and you will grow closer to God, especially as a couple. So with that, it's like, I felt my body wanting something, but I felt my spirit denying it. And that's strong to be able to say, flesh, be quiet.
Push.
Spirit, you're in control.
Right.
And to be able to walk past stuff, especially looking at it, like I saw some, oh man, those cookies that look so, I mean, it was a cake. They might still be at Publix. I'll get the picture and I'll take it. But it was like a shortcake. It was like a
strawberry crunch. You know, the
strawberry
popsicle.
Crunch.
We loved it. That was my favorite ice cream.
Like shortcake.
Every time the ice cream truck was to pull up, I'm getting that strawberry crunch ice cream. Or if I would go to like a regular store, you pull that jump back, get that strawberry crunch ice cream. But you said they had it.
They had it in it, and this the part that got me. They had a cake form. It was right before you get to the registers, and it was just sitting in the middle of the aisle. And guess what it had on it? Limited time only. And I said, golly, it's gonna be gone after this 21 days done. It might be, but I was like, man, by the time, man, them things look good. They gonna be gone. If they don't restock them, they gonna be gone. So it's like that was one of the toughest things for me to just walk by and just be like, keep pushing the cart, get this almond milk, get this yogurt, and keep it moving, because you got to make some smoothies.
Got to make some smoothies, man. 21 day of fasting. Well, I won't say 21 day, but the 7 days that we did liquid only, it definitely, like, I'm an emotional person. So my flesh talks loud. It talks so loud. So I've noticed throughout this 7 days of liquid only fast that I was literally able to tell my flesh, like, shut up, push through. I would be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. Like, even today, like, we took a nap before this. My old self would have been like, Kendra, we could just do the video tomorrow. Like, we got to go get Lyric in a second. I'm tired. I want to keep sleeping. But I was like, let me take this little nap. Kendra was like, we got to get up at a certain time. I was like, okay. Got up, and then we came and did the video. So my old self would have just made excuses. But now I can tell my flesh, like, hey, hush, you going to do what you got to do, because you have to do it. Because if you want a result, you got to do something different done before. That's insanity.
Yeah. So when it comes to the grocery list, you as a wife, as a mother, like how was that? Because I'm gonna say one thing that I'm proud of you about. Not only did you have to go grocery shopping, but you also had to grocery shop for the girls too, and you had to cook.
I had to
you had
cook
to stand
for the
before
girls.
Actually cook food for real.
Yeah. So
but they can't fast.
Yeah, we was on the liquid only fast, and I made them some tacos. I made them some chicken and rice. I made them some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. And every time I wanted to lick my fingers, every time I want to like just let me get it. Now we're not gonna lie and just sit here and say
got a little syrup on your finger.
Look, we're not gonna lie and sit here and say that it wasn't hard, because it definitely was hard. I was like, we should just break it. This not a real fast. Well, fast is 3 days.
We complain.
Fast is water.
We complain
a little bit, but at the end of the day, we knew that we was like gonna break it, and we didn't break it. Yeah. And so that too. But I also want to say, when you come into grocery shopping, this fast has made me stop. This fast has definitely made me stop victimizing grocery shopping and stop making it like overly complicated. Because I was the type of person that like needed to cook 4-course meals. Like, I need to have a meat, they need to have a vegetable, and they need to have a starch, they need to have this, they need to have that. And it's like not being able to eat as much for yourself. You think like, okay, the girls gonna have this, they're gonna have that, we're gonna have this, and it's just gonna be so simple. So having that list from the fast, like I can go in the grocery store, I can go on ChatGPT. I'm like, okay, this is what I want to have. Organize it for the different aisles that we're in. Start with the produce, take me all the way back, and allow me to get out this store. And that way I'm not wasting money. I'm buying exactly what I need for the meals that I need, and we're not wasting groceries or money. So that was definitely a skill that I got from this fast as well. It's like just organizing the way that I do groceries a little bit better. Because I mean, I've been organized with groceries, but I used to overcomplicate groceries. Like me and Kendra was saying, we had a can of soup, and it's like, yo, I just need a couple more ingredients with this soup, and it'll be banger. Like
just some bread.
Just some bread.
Yeah, some crackers.
I need some bread and some cheese and some sour cream. And I'm talking about it's a 5-course meal. Yeah. But us in the old days, we're like, okay, I need to go get the beans. I need to go get the chili meat. I need to go get the taco. Like, no, you don't have to do all of that. It takes simplicity is key for real, especially right now, the time we in right now.
Yeah, no, facts.
Yeah. So how was grocery shopping for you and tasting different stuff like hummus?
Ooh, I don't like it. I still don't like it. I still don't care for it. Honestly, like I can't wait to be able to eat what I want to eat again. And this is my flesh talking right now. And of course, my flesh is used to eating particular things. So when it comes to grocery shopping and only getting this stuff, I don't care for it at all. Like I could, after this is over with, like I could not eat a fruit for a month. I could not eat a vegetable for a month. I could not eat a soup, especially a soup, for a month, because it's like I'm sick of it already. Like I'm sick of like just the liquids only. It's like you're drinking soup. Like, come on, you're drinking soup. So I'm telling you, it's not a pleasant feeling. It's not a pleasant thing to do at all. But that's the point. That's the purpose. It's not supposed to please your body. It's not supposed to please your flesh. It's supposed to amplify the spirit man that lives inside of you. Your spirit man becomes stronger. Your flesh becomes weaker because your flesh is constantly knocking on the door. Yeah. Give me what I want.
Give me something.
Give me what I want.
I'm never satisfied.
Yeah, I'm never satisfied. And that's a discovery moment, because I mentioned while we was fasting, I said, you know what? You know what I've learned first? And this was in the big, I think it was probably like first or second day. I was like, it really don't matter what you eat.
No, it don't. Like I said, I can make a can of chili, or I can go get a homemade chili. And some people might be like, girl, a can of chili and homemade chili is nothing the same. But at the end of the day, my belly gonna get full, and it's probably gonna have some of the similar taste. So it doesn't matter.
Health-wise, it does. But as far as fulfilling-wise, which we're used to just eating with our eyes and eating with our tongues. And it does not matter. And that's strong to say, because your body will tell you, get more. Oh, you got to add. And the first thing I felt when we started the soup, I sat there and I looked at her. I was like, my body is telling me something is missing. It was like, okay, you got a soup. Where's the next course? Like, what else are you going to give me?
Like you at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Like, this is soup and a salad. Yeah,
this just your appetizer. And it's like, no, this isn't just your appetizer. This is all you're getting today, flesh. Be quiet.
Yeah.
And you're going to be quiet. Stomach, you're going to growl, but I'm going to tell you you're fine. And being able to step up in the spirit, and being able to step up in the spirit and being able to tell your flesh that is straight obedience.
Yeah. And so, like, even last night with me making the lentil spaghetti, my body was like, because we switched from liquid only and now we're doing a Daniel fast. Because each week we decided that each week we're going to do a different fast. That just, so we can practice fasting and so that we can, stay consistent in something, because it takes a strong person. And I'm not saying we couldn't do it, but health wise, I lost 5 pounds in 1 week.
Yeah. And I lost 10 already.
I lost 5 pounds in 1 week and I was already 116. No, I was 117. Yeah. And me getting to 117 was like, how?
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm back down to 112, it just isn't as healthy for me. And plus we was eating a lot of soups and stuff. And so we switched over to the Daniel fast and I made some
and it's been our plans. Not that we didn't initially start it off saying like, hey, because let's just say when they first called us to the 21-day liquid fast only, we already knew. You looked at me, I looked at you, and you was like, I'm gonna wither away.
Oh, come.
Yeah, so we made that initial plan to do it in modification. So we start off liquid, we go into Daniel, and then from Daniel we go to 6 to 6. What is called?
It's I think it's called like a modified, or I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, so we go from 6 to 6, and then from 6 to 6, we're gonna go the last 3 days. We're thinking 3 days, or it might be one day. We're gonna do just water only.
Yep.
And that's how we're gonna end our fast.
Yep. And God honors it all. Like, don't get into the legal system of like, oh, but I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, because then you get into legality, and then God is like, hey, it's not about how you do. It's not about how you're doing it. It's about what you're doing it for. Yeah. And as long as we stand on our knees and we're praying, we believe that God honors that. Yeah. But like I was saying, I was making some lentil spaghetti, and when I was eating it, me and Kendrick was like, But it's because it looks like spaghetti, so your flesh is thinking it's going to taste like spaghetti, and it doesn't. So we wanted to add some beef. We wanted to add some turkey, but it's like, nope, can't do that. But yeah, so definitely when it comes to groceries, just this fast alone has just taught me a lot about, like, you can do the simple things. Not only the simple things, it's like do the healthy thing alternative too, and stop overcomplicating groceries.
So I want to tell you, even when it comes to your spirit, and when your spirit is talking, and when your spirit is actually like trying to keep your flesh in obedience, you have to allow your spirit man to win. Because I'll even say, like, I got angry at that plate of spaghetti,
bro.
And what I've learned in fasting, your old man will get angry. He will get upset inside of you, because there's an old man that's used to certain things and certain ways, and and fasting brings him out, and it gets rid of him. And this is the next topic, but fasting is going to bring you to realization of a lot of things that are in you that has to come out, that you no longer want or desire to be in you. But to get to my point, I got so angry. The girls had pizza that day, and I got so mad. I got so upset. I was like, this is nasty. I hate this. Give me that pizza.
Word. That's a strong word.
I know, and it had nothing to do with your cooking. It had nothing to do with your cooking. I hated it. When I say I hated that meal, I hated it. And I grabbed the pizza and I took a bite. Listen to me. Before y'all probably gasping right now, like, oh,
he broke the fast.
He broke the fast. And I said in that moment, I literally in full conviction, I said in that moment, I said, forget it. I'm done. I'm not fat, because I cannot eat like this for 7 more days. I cannot do this. I looked at my wife. I said, "You're not feeding me this for 7 more days. It's not going to happen." So you're at war. Realize you are at war with your flesh and your spirit.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I want to encourage you, if you're fasting, allow your spirit man to speak louder than your flesh. So in this, of course, God in his own unique way, in his own way of working through me and working in me, the next day and everything, I started receiving some things. And God told me, get back on the fast. Like, you're not breaking this fast. You're not going to leave this fast. You're going to stay on this fast. And he reminded me, there's many things that you've done in your life that I convicted you of, that you made a choice of for yourself. That wasn't my choice. It wasn't my will. You made your own will and you made your own choice. And I accepted and I received you back. Get back on the fast. You can do it. You can make it. So I want to leave you with that. Don't think that trust me, don't break your fast in the first place. It's the same thing, the same way somebody telling you that smoke cigarettes or something, like telling you not to do something that they actually did or they're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
don't do what I do what I say.
Do what I say, yeah. But at the end of the day, do not find yourself breaking your fast. You are strong enough to make it. And I'm telling you, God convicted me and made me really feel the weight of like, hey, like I need you on this journey because I need you to receive what's at the end. We're already receiving so much, but he needs me to receive what's at the end of this, not in the middle, not in the beginning, but at the latter part of it. So I'm telling you, stay on your fasting journey because the reward at the end that God is going to give you, the revelation at the end, is going to be well worth it. So stay on it. I'm staying on it. Yeah.
And like I said, and to his point too, if you do break the fast, get back on it. And God nobody's gonna condemn you. We're not the fast police out here. Get back on the fast. And even if you decide like, hey, I'm done completely, like pray about it and then jump back on it next year. Or not even next year, jump back on it next month. Don't just let this be the time where your church call you to fasting or where the world is fasting. You see it all over social media and you're like, oh, everybody doing a Daniel fast. Let me jump on a Daniel fast to start my New Year's off. That's kind of like fasting is like my New Year resolution, New Year, new me. No, live a life of devoted to fasting. And that's something that me and Kendrick has decided to do throughout this year. Because last year, fasting was one of the spiritual disciplines that we did not practice like at all. Yeah. Last year, we did it when the church called us to do it. But other than that, we really never fasted after that. We just we did it for the wedding, but not really because we didn't pray.
I'm going to tell you like, don't do it for the way. So she said, don't do it because you're trying to follow culture
or program.
Yeah, you're trying to follow culture. You're like Christianity has a culture too.
Right.
And don't do it because you're trying to follow culture. Don't do it because of the wave. Do it because of the water. And the reason why I'm saying do it because of the water is because water is purifying. You put enough water in anything, it's going to get out what's there that shouldn't be there. So you could put water in a bottle of Coca-Cola, fill it up, and water is going to take over that bottle and it's going to purify that bottle. Do it for the water. Purify yourself because you know that there's things inside of you that needs to come out.
Yeah. And also too, because Jesus said in the Bible that only these kind comes out by fasting and praying. So we have been bound by some stuff. Like I said, I feel like a veil has been lifted and I'm just this new person that things that I used to do when I'm seeing myself doing it again. And it's like the good things of me, where those things was kind of buried into like trauma and stuff. Now they're coming out and I'm just like, I feel like a new person.
Yeah.
And so that's really true. These kind only come out by fasting and praying. Yes. We fasted and fasted. But we ain't prayed like we should. And when we say we haven't prayed, we're not talking about going to sleep and
our
praying.
Father prayer.
We're talking about getting up in the morning and seeking our Father, our daily bread,
on your
daily
face.
on our face, being comfortable and being humble and being
pouring out,
crying, being intimate and crying and being like, God, like this morning I was like, we was up in the prayer room. I was just like, God, this is how I'm feeling. And take it, and then from me saying this is how I'm feeling, a whole revelation for Kendrick and myself.
And it was so good. Just
and she being kept honest. Quiet. If I was just quiet and like, oh, this is PMS again, then it's like, dang, we wouldn't even be able to get a revelation. Yeah. So I don't even know what my topic was, but we're living a life of fasting. Yeah. Basically.
So basically, to conclude everything, like this fasting journey has led us to making the decision, to making the mature decision to live a life of fasting, not just fast for 21 days, not do it because our church is calling us to fast, but do it because the Lord requires it. It's not an option.
It's not
it's a
if
requirement.
you fast, it's when you fast, and that's biblical.
Yeah, so we decided that we're going to live a life of fasting throughout the year. We're going to pick certain moments and certain times, especially when we feel ourselves growing away from God, away from the Holy Spirit, but we don't feel the Holy Spirit's discernment and guidance and leadership, that we will submit to the Lord, and we will fast and consecrate ourselves in order to get back in the Lord's presence again.
Yeah, exactly. And also too, ladies, like I know I deal with it. I deal with PMDD, PMS symptoms, and during the time of my PMS, I feel like I'm so distant from God. And so I have learned that when I see these symptoms coming up, that's my cue to go ahead and start fasting. And that's what I'm going to do. So every month when when that stuff started to happen to me, I'm just going to go on a water fast, or I'm going to go on a Daniel fast, or I'm just going to, go into the fast, because like we said, these kind of only come out by fasting and praying. And I believe hormonal things that happens in your hormones, a fast can help with that as well. Oh, who did? So when I'm feeling myself going through the PMS symptom, I'm personally going to fast and see results from that. But no, I'm not saying like do this and don't take your medicine if you want medicine, or don't do the things that you're supposed to do. This is something that we're just supposed to, I'm going to add for myself so I can see the results from that, and we'll see.
Yeah. So fasting has like helped our communication as well. Like as a married couple, especially this being our first time fasting, we had to talk about a lot of new things, like the whole grocery shopping, the grocery list, what we're gonna eat,
what we can't eat, and like I have to tell you, like you can't eat that, right? You can't eat this, right? What are we gonna eat? And then also too,
So for me, it's like as well as my like anger, like me feeling angry or upset, because going through a fasting, as like I don't know if like you felt or anything like that, but you got to like regulate your emotions too, because like when you don't eat, of being hangry feels like. So when you get hangry and you just be like, oh my goodness, I want to eat this, I want to have this, you have to learn how to regulate your emotions and not take it out on somebody else.
Your partner, especially.
So you end up learning a lot of self-control and self-discipline as well within your emotions as well. So so you have to learn to communicate with a bitten tongue, so that you don't say things or spurt out and just like bring up issues that don't even really isn't really an issue. It's just because your butt hungry for real. So it's like those things happen too. So yeah.
So another thing about communication, because me and Kendrick, we communicate. Like you've seen from the last video, we communicate well. We started our relationship with talking on the phone hours and hours and hours. So communication has never been a hindrance. Like I wouldn't say it has never been a hindrance for us. That's just something that we naturally do. But I can say like the communication that we do in the morning was through prayer. Like praying together is the ultimate form of communication, because I go in there and I bring God and I bring Kendrick into my inner being and my inner world without having to feel judged. He can do the same as well without having to feel judged, and we're just being open and vulnerable and just talking to each other about, this is what I'm going through, this is what I need God to help me through, and this is what I need you to pray for me about.
And the fellas, like when it comes to that part, fellas, like vulnerability is something that we are less likely to desire to step into at first. But I'm gonna tell you, like, vulnerability brings you closer to your partner like none other. Not only your partner, but God, because when you are vulnerable and you open up and you actually say the things that are hindering you, say the things that are keeping you from feeling like the man that you need to be. Say the things that are putting more weight on your shoulder than that you can carry. When you talk to God about that and you lay it at his feet, and for him to carry it, and when you talk to your wife about it so that she can understand the weight and the burdens that you're carrying, when you're vulnerable about those things, now you become a partner. You lay it at God's feet and you're a partner with God. You lay it at with your wife, y'all both talk about it together, and now y'all become a partner to work on those things together, because she may not be aware of some of the things or some of the pressure that you might have as a man that weighs on your shoulder.
And there's power in a praying wife, there's power in a praying husband. Like honestly, like there's some things that you're going through, that God specifically called me to intercede on your behalf.
That's true.
And we believe that. And so throughout this, the reason why we feel like fasting is important for a married couple is that so you can get into the rhythm of like prayer and covering your person, because the Bible says that husbands are supposed to wash their wives with the word.
Yeah. That's a saying within itself. Wash. That saying wash. And even if you think about washing, like uncleanliness, if you don't wash every day, you're going to smell dirty. You're going to get dirty. You're going to be unclean. So washing is a continuous practice. It's not something you do every now and then, because if you walk around every now and then, nobody wants to be around you if you don't continuously wash. So you wash your spouse, you wash your wife, so you want to be around. You can stand. I can stand your scent. I can stand the way you smell. I can stand the way you look. I can stand the way your presence is. You walk around, you smell sweet to me, because I'm diligently covering and washing and taking care of you daily.
Yeah, because we're supposed to present. You're supposed to wash us with the word, and present us to you.
Yeah,
that's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we feel like that's important. And yeah, that's our first year being a married couple and fasting together. We hope that y'all gain something from it. And Kendra, you want to leave them off with something?
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave y'all off with this. I'm going to leave y'all.
Not lead y'all off. Lead y'all off.
So I'm gonna be leaving and leading y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all off with this. This fasting journey is going to reveal some things in you. It's going to be some things in you that you can self-reflect on and that you can work out of you. Things have been revealed in me, and things have been revealed in my wife. Things will be revealed in you. Keep God first. Continue to pray. Continue to fast. Don't let the end of your fasting be the end of you working.
Fasting.
Yes, you're fasting. Don't let the end be the end of your work. Your work is just getting started, because it's going to reveal some things that you actually have to be diligent with, and you actually have to work on.
Yeah, that's it, y'all. We're going to continue to eat our hummus.
Peace.